Today's scenario is scenario number 8 from the 2015 scenario packet. There is a 12-inch zone in the center that can be controlled for 1 control point or dominated for 2 control points if you destroy the enemy objective, which is also worth 1 control point. And there are also 2 flags on the edges about 12 inches out that can be dominated for 1 control point each. Hey everybody, welcome to another War Machine Tuesday, and I'm Lightem'up. I got another battle report here for you. I'm really liking my Skorne, so I'm playing Skorne against Circle Orboros today, and I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want my list to go. This will be one of my older incarnations of Morghoul 1 with a little more troops than he's used to. So I've since changed it up and taken out most of the units, taken out the Keltari, but this is a pretty good list so far, and I'm really liking Skorne, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, so he won the roll and decided he wanted to go first, and I chose the side with the 2 walls. So his blood trackers at the bottom are going to put prey on my Keltari, and his wolf riders at the top are going to prey the annihilators to begin. He's pretty much going to just be running up everything this first turn, nothing really special going on. He's going to occultate Kaya herself, which doesn't really matter because there's 1 gun in my entire list and that's a range 8. So, but anyway, so on to basically my plan for this was, since I'm going second and I know I'm going to be able to score first, and I think I can out-threaten most of his stuff with Malakarn, definitely, the Bronzeback probably, and the Gladiator even. I think I'm just going to try to go stay outside of the threat range of his big heavy hitters, like that Stalker, and then bait him into having to run into me or having to try to charge and fail, and then I can hit back with the counter charge pretty hard. I know the Skorne playlist is kind of walk up, take a hit, and then hit back harder. I'm going to try to walk up, not take a hit, and then hit back harder, and hope that goes even better for me. I'm thinking I can probably win on scenario with the center scenario here, because I know Kaya is not going to want to be that close to my Bronzeback or that close to my Malakarn, which I'm hoping means that the Stalker is going to stick to one side or the other. If I can take the Stalker out and the wolf pack up the top, no, not the wolf pack, the blood trackers, skinwalkers, the big dudes. If I can take those guys out, those are really the only things that can do an awful lot of damage to me, and that'll be the plan for the day. So first up, you'll see Bronzeback ran, Gladiator ran, and Malakarn got abused by Morghoul, and Morghoul put admonition on the Bronzeback as well. So Malakarn's just going and he's doing some charging, and he's just getting a couple of those blood trackers dead real quick off the bat, because I don't like blood trackers into my Keltari. They pretty much just waste them, and then he will Fate Walker himself. Other than that, everything else is pretty much going to be running up this turn. The Gobbers there are going to put a cloud and get my Soul Ward in the cloud. And then you'll see the Tycom's actually going to give Pathfinder to my Keltari, who are going to just run into engage. I need to get a little bit better with dealing with these the Keltari, actually, because if I'd have put the second line closer, also engaging his guys, then he wouldn't have been able to do the quick work that he's going to be able to do next turn. Besides that, the Annihilators at the top ran, and then the Pain Givers are going to go and whip off most of the Fury, and then Malakarn's going to Fate Walker. You'll see I took the Fury off Malakarn. I'll put it back on here in a second. There it is. On his side, he is going to head and he dropped Occultation, which is, good, because there's no point in it being occultated against me. The Gatorman Witch Doc went ahead and zombified the blood trackers, and then the blood trackers are going to charge into my Keltari. So blood trackers are pretty dangerous, especially with prey against the Keltari that really don't have any kind of tough or anything like that. He's going to end up rolling a ton of attacks here and pretty much crumple my entire left flank, killing 6 of the 10 Keltari. So that's bad for me, but then again, I was kind of expecting those guys to die. Gave me, I think, 3 souls to my soul ward because the other 3 weren't in range. And then he's going to go ahead and take his reform movements to get into engage a couple of my guys. But yeah, those blood trackers are pretty dangerous. This is probably the first or second time I've ever played against them. So that was Lanissa Rasil going up, tried to hunter mark Malakarn, but missed. At the top, you got the Wolf Riders. You'll see there's one proxy base. It's because he's got a guy out that's still getting painted. But the Wolf Riders are going to go ahead and they're going to charge my Annihilators. Do assaults and charge attacks on my Annihilators there. I know there's pretty much no way for me to stay out of their threat range because Light Cav just completely out-threat even charging Annihilators. So I was really relying on the tough rolls here, and you'll see I'm gonna. That's 1, 2. There's 3 and 4 tough checks that failed. So he got 4 attacks into my guys and killed all 4 of them. Which that's, well, I mean, dice happen, right? So other than that, he's deciding how he wants to play this, and he's already got a pretty good start. I mean, his alpha's basically wiped out most of my infantry. That Argus there, the black one, ran in to engage my Malakarn and Brute. And then he's going to go and move inside of charge range, counter charge range of my Bronzeback, who needs a 5 to hit and misses. So Bronzeback can't hit a Skinwalker, but that's okay. Skarsfeld Griffin at the top is just running, and because he ends his movement within 6 inches, I'm going to go ahead and take my Admonition move with my Bronzeback as well. So after that, he's got Kaya going, and she's going to occultate the Skinwalkers. And then she's going to rile up the Warp Wolf Stalker, who just toes into the zone to be annoying. So, not a lot happened, and nothing happened for me because the Bronzeback can't hit a 5. So I'm deep into the tank right here, and now that I'm watching this game, I actually see that I probably could have put Trainwreck on my Bronzeback and had him kill at least 2, if not 3 or 4 of the Skinwalkers, which would have been significantly better. Probably could have gotten him. I could possibly have gotten him even into the Stalker, but I could have definitely cleared a lane for Malakarn to the Stalker, which would have been preferable. Instead, he went up and tried to do a double-handed throw on his Argus, missed the throw attack, and then bought 2 attacks into him and did 16 points of damage. So Malakarn went up and he stabbed and finished off the Argus, and then he'll stab and take out a Skinwalker, and then just kind of sit there. Trying to decide how I can do this. I know the Gladiator can charge that Griffin at the top, which will be good, because then my Annihilators can charge the Warp, the Skin, or what are they called? Everything's got W's in circle. You ever realize that? So the Gladiator goes and kills the Skarsfeld Griffin. Takes all of his attacks to do it, but manages to do it. There goes the Griffin. And then my Annihilators are going to activate and charge the Wolf Riders. That's what they're called. Charge the Wolf Riders. So they need 7s to hit, or 8s to hit, and manage to kill one of the Wolf Riders. So that leaves 2 of them alive. And then after that, Morghoul is going to activate, move up a little bit, and cast Admonition back onto the Bronzeback. Even though I kind of boxed him in there a little bit. That was not good. Then the Beast Handlers will move up and do their thing, whip off a couple of the Fury. The Keltari are going to activate and charge. Try to get a little bit of revenge for their buddies that died to the trackers earlier. And manage to kill 2 of them and tough 1 of them. And then just get into some annoying positions, which is what Keltari do. My Soul Ward is going to go and take a shot at Lanissa, and actually leave her on 2 boxes because I did not boost the damage roll. I think I was at straight dice or dice -1, and so I definitely should have boosted. After that, Malakarn just Fate Walkers back to stay out of range of the Stalker and pass his turn. So I didn't get nearly as enough done as I was hoping to. I probably, especially looking at it now, I definitely could have cleared out most of his skinwalkers and probably gotten to his stalker, which would have been much better. But hey, mistakes were made, things are happening, still learning the game, right? At the top there, he's got the Wolf Riders that go and they end up killing one of the Annihilators and the other one toughs twice, which is good. And then his Skinwalkers are going to activate, and once again the Bronzeback will Admonition away, countercharge, and not hit a 5. So that Bronzeback just does not like hitting Skinwalkers, I guess. Maybe he's scared of them. You got 4 of the Skinwalkers charged my Bronzeback, and one of them charged into my Brute. So after 8 attacks onto Bronzeback, he's done 22 damage to him, leaving me with 11 hit points. So that Bronzeback is hurting. He's hurting pretty bad. And then the one that goes into the Brute ends up missing both attacks, or one hits and does no damage, and then the other one misses. So the Witch Doc will zombify the Blood Trackers again, and then they're going to go to work getting some work done. Nuala there herself is actually going to kill and then shoot at my Soul Ward and leave the Soul Ward on 1 hit point. Thank you, Ghost Armor. So, hardy soul. And then he will finish wiping out my Keltari and then switch prey over to Malakarn so that he can try to bring down Malakarn next turn. You see the Lanissa will actually walk over to the flag there, and that's when I remind him that he has to dominate the flag instead of control the flag, which is good because that'll save me a point. And then the Stalker there is going to charge. Now he took Fuel Cache, so that he shouldn't have paid a Fury to charge, but he did. We forgot about Fuel Cache, so doesn't matter. Takes him 2 attacks, and he just takes out the Bronzeback. Then Kaya's going to walk over and Spirit Door her pet back over to him, or back over to her, and that'll be good. So once again, I'm going to be sitting here for a minute thinking, how can I get this zone clear? I need to kill 5 Skinwalkers and the objective. If the Bronzeback was still alive, it'd be easy. Without the Bronzeback alive, it's going to be difficult. Instead of doing what I probably should have done, Malakarn goes and starts killing the Blood Trackers and manages to kill Nuala and 2 other Blood Trackers, and then toughs that last one there. So after that, you got the Soul Ward there aimed and shot the Alpha and shot him off the board, which was great. Good job. And then the Willbreaker actually did an influence on one of the Skinwalkers and ended up getting 5 damage on the Skinwalker's buddy, which is good. So that means the Brute can actually go up and might actually kill one. So the Brute goes up and boosts damage into the already damaged guy and manages to kill him. Dice -6, which is good. And then continues to buy and boost attacks to get a little bit of plinking damage on the other 2. At that point, the Gladiator charges in and kills 1 more. So now I got 2 more guys, but I'm not going to be able to... I realize I'm not going to be able to kill that objective anymore, and I probably never could with what I had in range of it, so happens. I'm just going to have to delay my scenario game for another turn. So you got the Pain Givers going up. They're going to do their thing and whip off the Fury from most of the guys. They take it off the Gladiator and the Karn, and then Morghoul will move in, and he'll actually take a couple of attacks on a Skinwalker. And because of some really fire dice on my part, I actually managed to kill him in 2 attacks, boosting both damages. And I could have taken, or should have taken, my 1-inch overtake step, but I didn't. Fortunately, I was good enough, I had enough room in there to get my Tycom. So Tycom charges the last remaining Skinwalker, barely gets range to him, and manages to one-shot that Skinwalker. So good job, Tycom. And then I go ahead and pass turn. So his army is melting really quick, and I'm thinking I might be able to pull this one out, even though the attrition's going my way, kind of. but not really because my heaviest hitter is nowhere near his heavy hitter, and his heavy hitter is very near me. So I don't like that because Molokarn is on the wrong side of the board. Instead, and otherwise the blood trackers are going to go and get a little bit of damage on the Karn, and then the Warp Wolf Stalker is going to go and walk up to my Gladiator and just start wailing on the Gladiator. And then he's going to manage to kill the Gladiator. It takes all of his attacks to do it. Or did he? No, I'm sorry. He will not kill the Gladiator. Instead, I think he leaves the Gladiator on 5 or 6 boxes. And then the Argus is going to go and charge my Annihilator in the zone. It takes him 2 attacks to kill him. And so now that flag on the top is clear. So Kaya will Spirit Door her Argus to herself. Right behind that tree in the forest is the proxy base of a Wolf Stalker, Wolf Rider. That Wolf Rider there is that proxy base. He charged into the Gladiator, and thanks to pretty decent dice, he's going to manage to kill that Gladiator off, and on the assault shot, or on the charge attack. So manages to kill the Gladiator, and then he walks his light cav move into the zone. So now I have 2 more annoying models in the zone that I have to kill, and Lanissa Rasil will run into the zone to tow the zone as well. So he's at 1 control point, 1-0 in circle, and I am sitting there trying to figure out how am I going to be able to kill a Wolf Rider, Lanissa, and an objective with Molokarn boxed in, and would have to take 3 free strikes to get to the objective. I measure my control range to see if my Tycom could charge the objective, and he's about 1/4 of an inch out of his threat range to get to the objective, which means that he won't be able to hit it. So instead I just decide to delay again. Molokarn will go and he will kill another blood tracker and then kill the Witchdot Croc finally, because I'm tired of them being tough. Those tough blood trackers don't need more rules. Soul Ward's going to go and boost the shot into the Stalker. Managed to hit and do about 7 points of damage, which isn't bad, but is a little below average. Looking at this now, I probably should have had her kill Lanissa, because Lanissa is a problem in the zone and the Stalker is not. The Stalker's not in the zone. Tycom will get a charge, he just walked, sorry, and we'll actually get 1 swing into the Wolf Rider in the zone and manage to kill her, which is great. I actually caused the other Wolf Rider to flee, which is awesome, because now my Willbreaker will be able to walk and contest the flag without taking a free strike. Unfortunately, by the time I get to the Willbreaker, we completely forget that the Wolf Rider had fled, and we allow her to take a free strike, and then my Willbreaker dies. So, mistakes were made. That Willbreaker should have lived, and that would have tied the game. Instead, Morghoul ran down to the bottom flag, and it's now 2-1 circle. So on to his turn. He has Lanissa charge my Soul Ward, charge my Paingiver, who missed. And then the Stalker's going to go. He's going to warp for Berserk and manage to kill the Paingiver. He's going to manage to one-shot the Tycom, and then he's going to start buying attacks into my Brute, which is not good. He's going to end up leaving the Brute on about 5 hit points. And then the Argus at the top there is going to come down and charge, I believe. Yep, there we go. Argus is going to go ahead and charge the Brute. He misses his charge attack, and on the rest of his bot attacks manages to leave my Brute on 2 hit points. So that's good. But the Brute's mind and body are out. Only his spirit is left. Kaya's going to do me a favor and Spirit Door the Stalker back to her, which is good for me. leaving the Argus and Lanissa in the zone. So I'm at 2 control points, he's at 3 control points, and I'm trying to see if all I need to do is kill the Argus, Lanissa, and the objective, and then run into the zone and dominate, and I'll win. Unfortunately, the Brute has his mind and body out. So it's going to be really hard for him to do anything to the Argus unless he's healed. Well, that's good. The Pain Givers are going to go ahead and they're going to try to heal my Brute. Unfortunately, he's only going to get healed for 1 point, which means I won't be able to use him to his full effect. You saw Morghoul there. He abused Molokarn and maltreated him to get the 1 Fury that was left on him off. Moloch will go and he will do his attacks, kill the objective, and kill Lanissa. But he can't get anywhere near close enough to the Argus to do anything with that. Then the Brute's going to go. He only got healed 1 point, so his body is in. I decided to leave his, his mind is in. I decided to heal that instead of the body. And then he's going to end up leaving the Argus on 5 hit points. He does 9 hit points of damage to the Argus. Soul Ward there aimed and shot the Argus, needing a 12 to hit, managed to hit, and then needed a 12 to kill. Or he needed to do, at straight dice, needed a 12 to kill, and rolled a 7. So the Argus is sitting there left with 5 hit points, and I have nothing else left that can do anything. So he will end up winning on control points. Circle to our victory to circle. Circle to victory. Oh yeah, circle to victory and victory to circle. Alright. So, good game. My opponent was great. We had a couple mistakes there. I really could have pulled this. I think I really could have pulled this one out if I would have remembered one thing. If we would remember that the Wolf Riders had fled, and then my Willbreaker would not have died. So he would have only been at 1 control point, and I would have gone to 2 control points. And then, had I, instead of running Morghoul into the zone and trying to do all that, had I just had Morghoul charge the 2 blood trackers that were tying up my bannerman and had him kill those 2, sprint back to the flag, that would put me at 3 control points. Molokarn kill the objective to go to 4 control points, and then the Tycom could go up and block in the Wolf Rider. That would be the only thing he would have left that could possibly contest me, because the Argus wouldn't be able to take a free strike from the Brute, and then I would have won on scenario, which, hey, things happen. Seeing a game from the other side is a lot easier than actually playing it. It was a great game. I enjoyed my opponent, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next week. Have a good day.